All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music and real issues and doing so in real time for real people just like you and just like me. First of all, happy Memorial Day. I always think that's kind of a uh, contradiction in terms because you're really supposed to contemplate the day and not just think about the barbecue grill or the get-togethers or the unofficial beginning of summertime. That's what a lot of people tend to think about on this day. And really, you're supposed to at least reflect on all those people, not the veterans who are still alive. They have Veterans Day for that, which is another day that you should reflect on. But this is a day really that you need to think about all those people that gave everything they had for this country. Now, since World War II, I don't think I've agreed with any American foreign policy decision, but that doesn't mean I don't honor those who decided to serve their country and in the process gave their life for this country. Now, what's interesting is you look on websites that cover the rock music industry and the pop music industry, and there's really nothing about Memorial Day. There's nothing. There's nobody saying we really need to, honor those that went before. I guess you can't physically thank someone who's no longer here, but it is a little curious that there isn't any sort of acknowledgement about the freedom that we're allowed to have, at least for the time being, because of the sacrifice of brave men and women who, again, paid the ultimate price. And there's very little music on the rock side of things. Have you noticed that? There's very little that you can kind of look at. I think of Remember the Heroes, Sammy Hagar, with a little help from Mike Reno. You got to kind of dig a little deep into the Sammy catalog. I used to hear that on rock stations all the time on Memorial Day back in the old days, but I don't hear it anymore. The country guys seem to get it a lot more. Billy Ray Cyrus, who ended up being a lousy father, but had a real winning streak for a while back in the 90s, did this amazing song called Some Gave All. And if I were a radio programmer, I would be putting that song on today. I don't even care if my station isn't a country station. I mean, especially if it's a country station, we interrupt this bunch of bro country to bring back a classic. Here's Billy Ray Cyrus, Some Gave All. Everybody just thinks of Achy Breaky Heart, but Some Gave All is just a great song, great lyrics, and Billy Ray does a fine job. This is obviously before he fell out of favor in the country music industry, which a lot of music is very disposable, especially the people. They tend to be here one day and gone the next. I mean, Billy Ray Cyrus actually crossed over to the top 40. That's how big he was during the whole Achy Breaky Heart thing. So he was a big deal. He was hard to ignore. And it was one of those rare moments, like after the 80s, this was early 90s, I believe, where there was a literal country crossover song. But anyway, the song Some Gave All pays tribute in a way which is appropriate on Memorial Day, as the rock music business is mostly silent and the media does their usual, I don't know, they talk about it, but they don't understand it. Meanwhile, everybody's still cheerleading the losing war in Ukraine, which we are fighting via proxy, by sending billions of dollars in weapons and funding to what and to whom we'll probably never know. But that's what the rock media has been cheerleading now for the last 3 months. And quite honestly, it's despicable. It's completely despicable. Mind your own business. Stay out of other countries' affairs. The United States, we didn't have a real interest in Vietnam. We really didn't have any business being in Iraq or Afghanistan. And certainly, even by proxy, we have no business being in Ukraine. And hopefully they won't send soldiers over there to pay the ultimate sacrifice, because we continue to be a country that is losing its way and losing its bearings when it comes to what our country needs versus what other countries apparently need. So in any event, some gave all, even if you don't like the song, if you don't like the melody of the song or whatever, the lyrics are extremely powerful. And I think that's the best you can get on Memorial Day, as far as I'm concerned. Remember the Heroes is a good one. Like I say, if you want to rock out a little bit more, with Sammy Hagar and Mike Reno. And there are other tracks, I'm sure, that I'm forgetting about, but it's really sad that, you know, the soldiers who've gone on to the next life get very little in the way of tribute. But we can hear Jingle Bell Rock and Frosty the Snowman like 6 million times in just a matter of months. You'll be out of your mind listening to Christmas music, which there's nothing wrong with Christmas. It's supposed to be about the birth of Christ. And of course, that's been obscured as well. And you just got to wonder, all of these holidays have been commercialized. Today's about barbecues, hot dogs, and hamburgers and potato salad. That's all well and good. The summer, yes, it's off to a flying start. If people, you know, don't get locked down again, which I hope we're not going to be. But anyway, folks, I'm kind of rambling here. Again, for everybody who's paid the ultimate sacrifice, that's what today is about. And, you know, the rock and roll community should at least acknowledge some of this and say a few words on behalf of the people that allow them to drive around in really nice cars and own big houses and live a very lavish lifestyle. And whereas those other men and women who paid the ultimate price, they're not here. They're not here to enjoy life the way you are right now. So in any event, that's it. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. See you soon.